As Jaune was not maintaining the eastern fringe, Guilliman took to reclaiming territory lost towards Mortarian's plague army. The Orcs was giving Ongron and his Khorne army a good crumping for good old Baal-I. The Tyranids were getting their hive, but kicked by the Necrons for making a mistake in trying to consume one of their tomb worlds. As Necron's foot soldiers fell, there was no biomass for the Tyranids to consume to replenish their losses. It was then realized that the hard counter to Tyranids were the Necrons. Ultramar was being secured by the now-returned Guilliman and Lion as they confront their traitor brother on his massive beak. Oh problem. The Eldar was taking the battle to the Dark Eldar to help protect their new allies on the Monkey. Once news of Segmentum Paradiso was spread, enemy eyes prey upon Jaune's sector. Good thing it was now heavily defended by the forces of the Imperium of Man. Multiple fortress worlds surround the outer borders of the sector. The Lamenters, Blood Angels, Flesh Tearers have deemed this a recruiting world that is too valuable to lose. Meanwhile, Planet Remnant current day. RWBY was helping with the initiates process for the Lamenters. Her experience in tactics during her first life became invaluable. She handled the tactical team training. She was strict but kind to the budding candidates. She is now on arenas seeing new recruits undergoing trial. She saw Sergeant Semnai watching over them. RWBY, SGT. Semnai, Lady Arc. RWBY, I thought I told you to call me RWBY. Semnai, Lady RWBY. RWBY. So these are the new recruits? Semnai. Yes, they are being tested to undergo the transformation process. RWBY. How many do you think will pass? Semnai. They have spirit, but they still lack strength. I'd say only 7 out of the 20 will be chosen. She then observed them, smiling that the Lamenters will finally be relieved after their 100 years of hell. Weiss helped with the artisans for the Blood Angel traditions, enjoying the artistry of the Imperium. She was at the Lamenters' assembly hall where the sons of Sanguinius were preparing as their armor was adorned with seals. Weiss helped with their blessings as she fixed the seals onto their suits. Lamenter Marine. You don't need to do this, Lady Weiss. Weiss, my children should have the best when they go into battle. The Marines were all touched at how someone cared for them and not see them as a plague. Weiss, let me tell you about your father. He makes promises. Promises that he always keeps. So, I want you all to make me a promise. Don't die. Your father went through hell losing his loved ones once. Please do your best to come back home. Victory or defeat, it won't change our minds that you are still our sons. The Marines' morale soared with that heartfelt love, something the Imperium is now starting to accept. The Lamenters knelt and in prayer swore in the name of their Gene Father and the Emperor that they will survive anything the Dark Millennium will throw at them. Blake took a page from her father Gyra Belladonna and helped with the administration responsibilities that Jaune is facing. She helped lighten his load as he started to take direct control of the Imperial forces. She was sitting at the desk dealing with paperwork after paperwork as Jaune joins in to give her some relief. Jaune, you managed to make a dent in the pile. Blake, I've been fighting for too long. For now, I'm doing something constructive for Remnant. Jaune, I still can't believe your father would approve of our marriage. Blake, the wedding is still being scheduled. It would be an event Remnant would be looking at. Jaune, sigh, my family is still coming after I told them I was too busy. Blake, can't blame them. Their son suddenly got a whole lot of responsibility thrown on his shoulders. Jaune, I should thank you all in sharing the load with me. Suddenly the doors opened as Yang came in with a lot of food as they were too busy to get some. Yang, hey guys, you two should take a break. Blake, no time, Yang. We still have a lot of papers to sign. Then Velvet and Coco also came in with some pillows and blankets for a sleepover, since everyone will be staying in this office, so why not make it more comfortable? Coco, I heard that Pyrrha is helping with the diplomatic relations with Kitten and Magnus. Jaune, what a combination. Hope they don't drive her nuts. Then a warp rift opens as Magnus and Pyrrha entered the room. Magnus, hey brother. Jaune, did it go well? Where's Kitten? Magnus, he is still engaged with the final agreements in the negotiation. Jaune, so, did they take the offer? Pyrrha, well, they will enjoy the safe haven in the outer parts of the sector. They still don't have a home to call their own, but Kitten will help straighten it out. Still surprised that another empire would share. Magnus, They have no choice. They are basically pariahs to their own race. Just hope the companion's taste in women improves. Kira, I think he'll be enjoying himself. Meanwhile, Segmentum Paradiso Eastern Frontier. Kitten. WHOLO. This should be canon. The Farsight Enclave has joined the alliance against the Black Crusade. Back to the group. RWBY arrived tired from helping the new Lamenters into the chapter. Weiss was dirty from doing craft works. The two took a shower and got in their PJs, joining everyone who was on the floor with snacks and relaxing. Velvet. Sigh, this is a change of pace since the war. Coco. Yeah, I love for this. Jaune. He really is the best. Yang was laying down next to RWBY, like a sister would. Yang, you know what I missed? The time we were all just enjoying our days in class. Blake. We had to grow up, Yang. It had to happen eventually. Yang. Yeah. Kira. I'm just glad we are still here after all that happened in the past. Coco. Hey, where's Nora and Rin? Kira. They're out on their first date. I invited them to the slumber party, but I think that would be better. Velvet. Wow, took them long enough. RWBY. It started when Jaune and Kira just left them together. Rin was kind of dense, but not as dense as Jaune was. Weiss. Tell me about it. Jaune. Hey, I'm your dense husband either way. Weiss. And we love you all the same. Magnus. How sweet. Jaune. Go back to writing your fanfiction. Magnus. Alright bro, I'll give you and your girl some privacy. As he went back to writing on his bed. Jaune. I'm glad that Remnant is finally out of our chaotic times. For the first time, the Imperium had good news. But then something appeared on Remnant. Asterisk done, asterisk